The National Electrical Code, specifically the 2020 edition, addresses the electrical circuit requirements for powder rooms. It's important to understand these requirements to ensure safe and compliant electrical installations. A dedicated 20 amp circuit is not explicitly mandated for a powder room according to the NEC. However, a dedicated 15 amp circuit is required. This means that the powder room must have its own circuit breaker in the electrical panel that is rated for 15 amps. This dedicated circuit is to serve the electrical needs of the powder room, such as lighting and any receptacles that may be present. The purpose of requiring a dedicated circuit is to prevent overloading the circuit, which could lead to overheating, fire hazards, and nuisance tripping of the circuit breaker. When a circuit is overloaded, the wires become excessively hot, potentially damaging insulation and creating a risk of electrical fire. By providing a dedicated circuit, the electrical load in a powder room is isolated from other circuits in the house, reducing the likelihood of overloading. It is crucial to note that this 15 amp circuit should only serve the powder room. You should not connect other devices or appliances outside the powder room to the circuit. Doing so would defeat the purpose of having a dedicated circuit and increase the risk of overloading. It's important to differentiate between the requirements for a powder room and a bathroom. Bathrooms typically have more stringent electrical requirements due to the presence of water. Bathrooms usually require a 20 amp circuit to serve the receptacles, and they often have ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protection. The GFCI protection is essential in bathrooms to protect against electrical shock hazards caused by the presence of water. Powder rooms, on the other hand, are smaller and typically only contain a toilet and sink, with no shower or bathtub. This reduces the risk of water-related electrical hazards, allowing for a less stringent electrical requirement. When installing the 15 amp circuit in the powder room, it's essential to use the correct size wiring. According to the NEC, for a 15 amp circuit, you typically need to use 14 American wire gauge, or copper wire with Type NMB cable. Type NMB cable is commonly used for residential wiring and consists of 2 or more insulated conductors and a bare or insulated grounding conductor enclosed within a non-metallic sheath. A 14 AWG wire is sufficient to carry the 15 amp current without overheating. It is also important to use the correct size circuit breaker in the electrical panel. A 15 amp circuit requires a 15 amp circuit breaker. Do not use a circuit breaker with a higher amperage rating, as this could allow the circuit to become overloaded without tripping the breaker, leading to overheating and potential fire hazards. Before working on any electrical wiring, it is crucial to turn off the power to the circuit at the main electrical panel. This will prevent electrical shock. Use a non-contact voltage tester to verify that the circuit is de-energized before touching any wires. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the job. An electrician has the knowledge, skills, and experience to safely and correctly install the electrical circuit in the powder room. In summary, while a powder room does not require a dedicated 20 amp circuit, it does require a dedicated 15 amp circuit according to the 2020 National Electrical Code. This circuit should only serve the electrical needs of the powder room and should be wired with the correct size wiring and protected by a 15 amp circuit breaker. Always turn off the power before working on electrical wiring and hire a qualified electrician if you are not comfortable doing the work yourself. Furthermore, always consult the latest edition of the NEC and local electrical codes for the most up-to-date requirements. Electrical codes can vary depending on the location, so it is important to comply with the specific codes in your area. In addition to the general requirements, there are also some specific considerations for receptacles in powder rooms. According to NEC section 210.52, G1, at least one receptacle outlet must be installed in bathrooms and powder rooms. This receptacle outlet must be located within 3 feet of the outside edge of the basin. The purpose of this requirement is to provide a convenient location for plugging in small appliances such as hair dryers or electric shavers. This receptacle must also be GFCI protected, according to NEC section 210.8. A1, as this reduces the risk of electrical shock hazards. The GFCI protection can be provided either by a GFCI receptacle or a GFCI circuit breaker. A GFCI receptacle has a built-in sensor that detects ground faults, which occur when electricity flows through an unintended path, such as through a person's body. When a ground fault is detected, the GFCI receptacle trips and shuts off the power, preventing electrical shock. A GFCI circuit breaker provides the same level of protection, but it is installed in the electrical panel and protects the entire circuit. When choosing between a GFCI receptacle and a GFCI circuit breaker, consider the following factors. Firstly, the cost. GFCI receptacles are typically less expensive than GFCI circuit breakers. Secondly, the convenience. GFCI receptacles are easier to install and replace than GFCI circuit breakers. Thirdly, the protection. GFCI circuit breakers protect the entire circuit, while GFCI receptacles only protect the receptacles themselves. In some cases, local electrical codes may require the use of arc fault circuit interrupters, RFCIs, in addition to GFCIs. RFCIs protect against arc faults, which are dangerous electrical conditions that can cause fires. Arc faults occur when electricity jumps between two conductors, creating a spark. This spark can ignite flammable materials, such as wood or paper, leading to a fire. RFCIs detect arc faults and shut off the power to the circuit, preventing a fire. The NEC has specific requirements for the types of circuits that must be protected by RFCIs. Refer to NEC section 210.12 for more information. When installing electrical wiring in a powder room, it's important to follow all applicable codes and regulations. These codes and regulations are designed to protect people and property from electrical hazards. It is always best to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about electrical wiring. They can provide expert advice and ensure that your electrical installation is safe and compliant. In addition to the code requirements, there are also some best practices that you should follow when wiring a powder room. Firstly, use high-quality materials. Use only electrical wiring, receptacles, and circuit breakers that are listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, or all. Secondly, make secure connections. Ensure that all wire connections are tight and properly insulated. Loose or poorly insulated connections can cause overheating and electrical hazards. Thirdly, protect the wiring. Run electrical wiring through conduit or behind walls to protect it from damage. Damaged wiring can create electrical hazards. Fourthly, label the circuits. Label each circuit breaker in the electrical panel so that you can easily identify which circuit it controls. This will make it easier to troubleshoot electrical problems in the future. Fifthly, test the installation. After completing the electrical installation, test all of the receptacles and lights to ensure that they are working properly. Use a circuit tester to verify that the receptacles are properly wired and grounded. By following these best practices, you can ensure that your powder room electrical installation is safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. When working with electrical wiring, safety should always be your top priority. Electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock. Always turn off the power before working on electrical wiring, use insulated tools, and wear appropriate safety gear, such as rubber gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, hire a qualified electrician to do the job. They have the training, experience, and equipment to safely and correctly install electrical wiring. Remember to consult the most recent edition of the NEC and local electrical codes for the most up-to-date requirements. These codes and regulations are constantly evolving to reflect the latest safety standards and best practices. Keeping up to date with these codes and regulations is essential for ensuring that your electrical installation is safe and compliant. By understanding and following the electrical code requirements for powder rooms, you can ensure that your electrical installation is safe, reliable, and compliant. This will protect you, your family, and your property from electrical hazards. Remember, if you have any questions or concerns about electrical wiring, always consult with a qualified electrician. In addition to the general requirements for receptacles, there are also specific requirements for the type of receptacles that can be used in powder rooms. According to NEC section 406.9, receptacles installed in damp or wet locations must be listed for use in those locations. This means that the receptacles must be designed to withstand exposure to moisture without creating an electrical hazard. Damp locations are defined as locations that are subject to moderate degrees of moisture, such as some basements, barns, and cold storage warehouses. Wet locations are defined as locations that are subject to saturation with water or other liquids, such as car washes, open canopies, and unprotected locations exposed to the weather. Powder rooms are typically considered to be dry locations, as they are not subject to significant amounts of moisture. However, if a powder room is located in a basement or other damp location, it may be necessary to use receptacles that are listed for use in damp locations. These receptacles are typically made of corrosion-resistant materials and have gaskets to seal out moisture. When installing receptacles in a powder room, it's important to choose receptacles that are appropriate for the location. Using the wrong type of receptacle can create an electrical hazard. Always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions about which type of receptacle to use. Furthermore, in addition to the receptacle requirements, there are also specific requirements for lighting in powder rooms. According to NEC section 210.70, A1, at least one wall switch-controlled lighting outlet must be installed in habitable rooms, including bathrooms and powder rooms. This lighting outlet must be located near the entrance to the room. The purpose of this requirement is to provide adequate lighting for entering and exiting the room. In addition to the required lighting outlet, it is also common to install additional lighting in powder rooms, such as vanity lights or recessed lighting. When installing additional lighting, it's important to follow all applicable codes and regulations. These codes and regulations are designed to protect people and property from electrical hazards. Always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions about lighting installation. Another important consideration when wiring a powder room is the location of the electrical panel. The electrical panel should be located in a dry, accessible location. It should not be located in a bathroom, powder room, or other damp location. The electrical panel should also be properly grounded. Grounding is the process of connecting the electrical system to the earth. This helps to protect against electrical shock hazards by providing a path for electricity to flow in the event of a ground fault. The grounding system should be installed according to the requirements of the NEC. In addition to grounding, it is also important to properly bond the electrical system. Bonding is the process of connecting all of the metal parts of the electrical system together. This helps to ensure that all of the metal parts are at the same electrical potential, which reduces the risk of electrical shock hazards. The bonding system should be installed according to the requirements of the NEC. When working with electrical wiring, it is always important to follow safe work practices. These practices include turning off the power before working on electrical wiring, using insulated tools, and wearing appropriate safety gear. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, hire a qualified electrician to do the job. They have the training, experience, and equipment to safely and correctly install electrical wiring. Remember to consult the most recent edition of the NEC and local electrical codes for the most up-to-date requirements. These codes and regulations are constantly evolving to reflect the latest safety standards and best practices. Keeping up to date with these codes and regulations is essential for ensuring that your electrical installation is safe and compliant. By understanding and following the electrical code requirements for powder rooms, you can ensure that your electrical installation is safe, reliable, and compliant. This will protect you, your family, and your property from electrical hazards. Remember, if you have any questions or concerns about electrical wiring, always consult with a qualified electrician.